this section we will discuss about various compact sets in a given topological space. Okay, the first one is a compact set. But before defining the compact set, we are going to define the covering of a set, then open covering, and then finite subcover, and after that we will be able to define the compact set. So the first thing, covering of a set. Okay, and covering of a set means any collection of sets is known to be the covering of a given set E if E is contained in union of all those sets. So we are having a collection of sets, this one, and this set is said to be covering of E if E is contained in union lambda A lambda. If E is contained in union of all these sets. After that, open covering. Open covering means if all the possible sets in the collection are open sets. If this is a covering of E and all these sets A lambda are open, then the covering is known as open covering. And then finite subcover, if some covering is given, okay, and out of that collection, if we are having some finite number of sets, such that the collection of those finite sets also becomes a covering of the given set. Means if the given family is having a finite subfamily, which is also a covering of E. It means there exist some sets, say A1, A2, A3 and AN, such that E must be contained in union I from 1 to n AI. Then this finite collection is known as finite subcover. Okay, and now the compact set, any set E is said to be compact if every open cover is reducible to a finite subcover. Means if any open cover is considered of E, then that open cover is reduced to a finite subcover. Means in that open cover there exists some finite number of sets such that the collection of those sets become a cover of E. Then again some other open cover is considered for E. Then for that open cover again a finite collection exists, a finite subfamily exists of that collection such that this subfamily becomes a cover of E. This process holds for every possible open cover of E. Then E is said to be compact. And now these are some examples, like if X is any finite set, X is a finite set, and T is any topology on X, then one thing is clear, that if X itself is finite, then its number of subsets is also finite. So if any open cover is considered, for any subset or X itself also, then that cover must contain a finite number of sets only, and hence X T is compact. Again, if X is infinite set and T is discrete topology, then X cannot be compact. Why? Because if we will consider the open cover of singletons, singleton A1, singleton A2, singleton A3, singleton A4, A1, A2, A3, A4, these are the members of X. Then this collection of singletons becomes an open cover of X, and it cannot be reduced to a finite subcover. Reason? Because if we will skip even a single member of this collection, then that element of X will not be covered. If we are skipping singleton A1, then by considering the union of remaining sets, A1 is not covered, and hence this is not a covering of X. So if X is infinite and T is discrete topology, then this collection is, this space is not compact. Also, the real line is not compact. For this, we have the open cover, and this cover is not reducible to a finite subset. Okay. Now we have the theorem. In this theorem, we are going to prove that if Xt is a topological space, X star P star is some other topological space, and E is a subset of X star, then it is compact with respect to T star if and only if it is compact with respect to T. Means if E is compact in X star if and only E is compact in X. Xt is the topological space. X star P star is its subspace. E is a subset of X star. Then E is compact in X star if and only if it is compact with X. So first we are assuming that E is compact in X star, means it is T star compact. And now we have to prove that E is compact in X. For that, let G lambda be any T open cover of E. But our target is we have to obtain a finite subcover of G lambda for E. Now since G lambda is T open cover of E, so E must be contained in union lambda G lambda intersecting both sides with X star. We will have E intersection X star is contained in union lambda G lambda intersection X star. But E is a subset of X star, so E intersection X star will be E. And this can be written as union lambda G lambda intersection X star. And now G lambda is open in T. So G lambda intersection X star is open in P star. It means this is a open cover of E with respect to P star. With respect to T star. And E is T star compact. So this open cover must reduce to a finite subcover of this type G lambda intersection X star where I lies from 1 to n. And E is contained in union I from 1 to n G lambda intersection X star. This can be written as union I from 1 to n G lambda intersection X star. And this is contained in, sorry, it's not equal, it is contained in union I from 1 to n G lambda. Because it is the intersection of two sets. Must be contained in both the sets. It is contained in this union. Hence, E is contained in this finite union. So, this open cover is having a finite subcover. Therefore, E is P compact. Conversely, suppose that E is T compact. We have to prove that E is T star compact. For this, consider any open cover G lambda star of E in T star. Then again, apply the notions of relative topology. We will have G lambda star can be written as G lambda intersection X star. It means G lambda star is contained in G lambda. And now E is contained in union lambda G lambda star, which is G lambda intersection X star. This can be written as union lambda G lambda intersection X star. Hence, E is contained in union lambda G lambda. Means G lambda is a open cover of E. And this is open cover in T because G lambdas are open in T. So we are having a T open cover of E. But this time we are assuming E is T compact. Hence, this open cover must be reducible to a finite subcover, say G lambda I from 1 to n. And so E is contained in union I from 1 to n G lambda intersecting both sides by X star. E intersection X star is E because E is a subset of X star and it is contained in union I from 1 to n G lambda intersection X star, and this set is adjoined to the G lambda I star.
ज्वाइन नहीं हो रही, एक बार आप प्रैक्टिस करो।
Okay. So, A is T star compact. The next theorem. In this theorem, we are going to prove that every closed subset of a compact space is compact. Okay. In this, the space is given to be compact, and we have to prove that if we are having a closed subset E of X, then this closed subset is also compact. So every closed subset of a compact space is compact. Okay. For the proof, let Xt be a compact topological space and E be a closed subset of X. Target is to prove that E is compact. For that, consider any open cover of E. Okay. Now E is closed, so X minus E will be open. And then consider the collection all these G lambdas and X minus E. And now listen, these G lambdas form an open cover of E. So these sets covers E. E is covered. And now X minus E covers complement of E. Is it okay? All these G lambdas, if these are infinite many sets or finite, we don't know. But yes, the union of these sets contains E. So E is contained in these. And also X minus E is contained in this set. So this whole family covers X because E is covered by G lambdas and complement of E is covered by X minus E. So the whole X is covered. And also these sets are open and X minus E is also open. So this is a open cover of X. But X is given to be compact. So this open cover must be reducible to a finite subcover. Say this type lambda I from 1 to n G lambda I or G lambda union X minus E. Now X is contained in union this and union X minus E. The whole X. However, this set contains X minus E only, no point of E. So E must be covered by these sets. Hence, E is contained in union lambda from 1 to n G lambda. It means this collection is a finite subcover of this family. And therefore, the open cover is reduced to a finite subcover. Hence, E is compact. Hence, E is compact. The next one, in this we are going to discuss the continuity and compact sets, their relations. How? Assume F is any continuous mapping from one topological space Xt into another X star T star, and E is a compact subset of X. Then we have to prove that image of E is also compact subset of X star. Or we can say continuous image of a compact set is compact. Is it okay? The mapping is given to be continuous. It means inverse image of open set is open. Also E is given to be compact. And our target is to prove that F of E is also compact. To prove that F of E is compact, just consider any open cover G lambda star of F of E. Means F is contained in union lambda G lambda star. From here, we know E is contained in F inverse Fe and this is contained in F inverse union lambda G lambda star, which can be written as union lambda F inverse G lambda star. Now G lambda star is open set, so inverse image of open set is also open because mapping is continuous. Therefore, this family forms an open cover of E. This family F inverse G lambda star forms an open cover of E. But E is given to be compact. So this open cover must be reducible to a finite subcover. Hence, we will have E is contained in union I from 1 to I n F inverse G lambda I star. This is the finite subcover of the given family. Thus, F of E is contained in F of union this, which can be written as union I from 1 to n F of F inverse G lambda I star. And this is union I from 1 to n G lambda I star. Hence, the given family is having a finite subcover. Therefore, F of E is compact. Is it okay? So, continuous image of a compact